Everyone, it's Emily. Today's video is going to be me recreating this makeup look that I was wearing a few videos ago. I think it's such a fun, easy way to include a pop of color into your like spring, summer makeup wardrobe. So it has been requested that I recreate it, so I'm doing this today. I hope you are ready. I'm excited. We're going to start with my face. I have been breaking out a little bit all over the place right now because it's that time of the month for me. So I'm going to go with something full coverage for my foundation. So I'm going to be applying this destroyed Urban Decay moisturizer as a primer. It's a really great, like it's a moisturizer, but it's a great primer just because it absorbs really quickly. It's a gel and it doesn't affect my foundation. And if anything, it makes my life much easier to blend everything on top of it. There you go. Boom. So, like I said, I'm going to go with something full coverage. I'm going to use this Lancome Teint Idole Ultra 24-Hour Makeup Foundation. But if you are not breaking out, this is a great look to use like BB cream or something for, again, spring, summer. Do you prefer full coverage or lighter coverage during the summer? Because I feel like during the night I will go full coverage, but during the day I really like BB cream. But like I said, today I want a little bit more help with covering everything that's been going on in my face. This foundation is definitely full coverage, but it still looks like skin, and to make it better, it always upsets people whenever they see me drag the sponge, but it's a nice way to apply a thinner layer foundation, and then I'll go back with concealer wherever I feel like I really need it. But it just gives you a very, very natural finish if you do that. But obviously if you want full coverage, you can just tap, tap, tap wherever you feel like you need it. But everywhere you just want a thin layer, dragging really, really works well. A little far, right? For my under eyes, I'm going to be using the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. Maybe it's a bit too light to apply all over my face. We're going to stop right here before I make a mistake. You know, sometimes you just get, like you think, oh, I'm just going to go natural, and then you end up with like full glam. I was about to do that. There you go. And whatever is left on the beauty blender, I will use to highlight it a little bit. I don't want to go too intense because that concealer is really light for me. And if I apply it everywhere, it's going to be way too much. And wherever I feel like I need just a tiny bit more coverage, I'm going to go with the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer. I'm using the shade 5. Mine is getting really old. I've had this for way too long, but best face concealer ever. If you want something waterproof, especially, again, summer's approaching, you can use this. It's not going to move all day. I forgot to apply some lip balm, so I'm just going to use this one. This is the Bioderma Stick, no, that's the French, Moisturizing Stick Lip Balm. It smells really good. Okay, to set my whole face, I'm going to use this MAC Patrick Star powder. If you have dry skin, you might want to skip this step, but since I'm more combo, I want to make sure everything stays in place. And I'm applying it with this Too Faced Mr. Right powder, brush, powder brush. Actually, just to set my under eyes, I'm going to use the Becca one. This is the Under Eye Brightening Setting Powder. I got it recently, and I'm still testing it, but so far it probably is my favorite under eye powder, setting powder. I feel like my under eyes are really, really, really dehydrated, and as soon as I put powder, it's like, Like, concealer will look fine, but as soon as I put the powder, it's like a no-go. But this one doesn't seem to make things worse, so it's looking good. So far, my review would be positive on it. I'm just gonna apply a tiny bit of bronzer. I feel like this foundation is already a bit dark for me, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Bronzer because it's fairly light. So it's barely gonna look like I'm applying much, but I feel like it's just gonna give me a little bit more definition because obviously, if you apply full coverage foundation, it definitely has more of a chance of making you look a little flat, and I need to stop repeating, definitely. I swear, whenever you're filming yourself, you notice those speech patterns, and you just get comfortable and start repeating the same word over and over again. Oh, it's still early, clearly. Hopefully I'll get better for the next video because, eesh, I'm struggling already. So just a little bit everywhere. And for my blush, I have been annoyingly mentioning this blush all the time, but I've been really enjoying it. This is the Ellie Girl Just Blushing Blush in the color Just Playful. And it's one of those blushes that I rave about constantly. They look absolutely boring, but they're the best. Too many people, I feel like, especially on YouTube, everyone loves bronzer and highlighters, but blushes don't get enough love. Let me know if you want me to do like a top 10 drugstore blush or just blush in general, because I love blush. My excuse is that I have big cheeks. You know, they take a lot of space on my face, so it justifies me buying a bunch of blushes. This one is matte. It's fairly pigmented, but you can easily blend it out. I feel like my cheeks get very red as soon as I apply the blush, and in 5 minutes it's going to look like I barely apply anything, so do not fear whenever you see it on me being quite intense right away, but I'm applying quite a bit. You can easily use a less dense brush to apply a little less. But yeah, so far I love like 4 or 5 other colors that I've tried, so can't recommend these enough. They're really big too. Like, there's so much product. There's like 7 grams, so you're not gonna run out of this anytime soon. And they're quite pretty too. There's that little pattern. Anyway, I need to stop talking about it. It's not a review, but I definitely recommend these. Do you ever do that? You know your product is on your table, but you can't seem to find it as soon as you need it. It's like the story of my whole life. I was about to give up and no! Oh no. Guys, I'm about to cry. I dropped it. No. Saddest day ever. I'm gonna try to like repress it in there, but I'm gonna destroy the pattern a bit. I'm so sad. Okay. This Milani Afterglow Strobelight highlighter. If you haven't tried these, you need to. First of all, they're obviously absolutely gorgeous if you don't drop them. But look how gorgeous that is. It's just... Okay, that is the worst swatch ever, but look at this. Yes. So let me apply a ridiculous amount of it because it's really, really pretty. Oh my god, can you see this? It's just insane. I love it. So intense. If you want something less intense, you can do that, but I really wanted to go a little insane on my cheeks. And actually on my nose, I feel like this one's a bit much. So I'm gonna apply the Essence one. You definitely don't need to use 2 different highlighters. I'm just being extra because I feel like it, but I've been loving like wearing a bajillion different highlighters. I feel like I'm late to that game. We're gonna leave the face and focus on the eyes. I'll come back for the fake freckles. I'm gonna do my brows. I've been mixing 2 of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz just because I'm trying to use it up. This one because I know I've had it for a while. This is medium brown, so I use medium brown for the inner part of my brow, and then I go with Granite towards the end. Don't ask me why. There's no logical reason here. And I'm just gonna lock them into place with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Okay, finally going towards the eyes. The main focus is definitely going to be the lower lash line, where I'm going to be putting the pop of color, which is going to be mustard, because I'm absolutely obsessed with mustard, and I feel like a lot of people have been obsessed with mustard lately, which I'm like, yes, finally mustard is getting the love that it deserves. But the fun thing about this look is that you can use any color you want on your lower lash line. It's so easy to include that pop of color. I know a lot of people like to use turquoise during the summer, but the best part is that mustard could be used anywhere. You could put the pop of color in your inner corners, it could be in the crease, but like I said, lower lashes for us. So I'm going to start with something a little bit more neutral, but a little bit on the warm side-ish in my crease, so it doesn't feel empty, and then we're gonna go with the purple color. I'm using some Makeup Geek shadows, but you could use anything you want. I'm gonna start by just applying a like skin color shade all over, just so it makes blending easier. Then I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush. Ooh, I almost dropped that on my glass of water. And I'm gonna use it's Creme Brulee and Latte mixed together, and just basically it's a neutral-ish brown shade just to define my crease a bit. Just gonna elongate my eye a little bit by blending it outward a bit. So I'm gonna slowly build up that color. I'm struggling to blend here. I had a pimple in my brow, which is the worst thing ever, and I put like pimple killer there. My skin did not appreciate it, so skin is so dry. I'm gonna apply a little bit of the CoverGirl Flourish Mascara. So I'm gonna apply the next eyeshadow. This is the matte nude eyeshadow in the color Cougar. It's just the most perfect mustard shade ever. I'm going to be applying it with the Sigma E30 on my lower lashes. It's super pigmented, but it blends nicely. It's been a dream to work with, basically. I need to get more of those shades because I don't need to apply like a white eyeshadow underneath. I don't even need to like wet my brush or anything. It's pigmented enough, but yet still wearable. Like I could use this on my crease to make like a sunset type of look. And it's going to blend nicely too. But I'm going to be packing it on my lower lash line. You can keep it very close to the eye if you want to, but to make my eyes look bigger, I'm blending it a little bit lower. Oh, I love that color. I'm so happy to do this look again. Like, look how much pigment. I just love it. I'm telling you. I think later today I'm just gonna place an order online to get more of those shades. Because I think they had like a forest green, and I feel like I've been struggling to find that perfect matte pigmented green. And these are really affordable too. Obviously it's NYX, so... Okay, it's doing things for me. You can totally skip false lashes if you want to. Personally, I feel like on camera it always looks better to have false lashes. I swear on camera it looks like you have zero lashes no matter what. So just a little bit, you know? So for false lashes, I'm going to be using these. Those are the Kiss Boudoir lashes. I love them. They're just a little bit more intense than like Ardell Denny Wispies, but they're still really, really natural. They're not overly long. They don't make my eyes look smaller. Mine are starting to question their own existence because I've been like re-wearing them a lot and they're starting to hate me a little bit. But they've lasted a really long time. I've worn these like almost 10 times already, so they lasted well. I'm gonna try to stay in a frame while applying them, but I'm telling you, it's almost impossible. I think some people are just not even human because they do it, boom, on camera, and I'm like, how did you just do that? I just realized I was wearing wing liner in that look. I don't know what was going on with me. I told you I was still tired. Like, it's too early for me to be filming, so I'm gonna do wing liner again with my Clinique Pretty Easy liquid eyelining pen. Love this one, so underrated. So yeah, let's do the wing. My god, I'm way too tired. Just don't do things in the same order I just did them. That looks decent. So now let's start again with the falsies. By the way, a trick to make your eye look bigger and a little bit more almond shape is that I don't put the lashes exactly on my lash line on the side. I keep it a little higher. And I feel like it helps a lot. Boom. Is there anyone that listens to K-pop? Because I've had for the last week straight up stuck in my head 2 songs from Twice. There's Likey and their newest one, What Is Love? It's stuck in my head. Like I wake up and it's in my head. I love them, but like, come on. And again, I put it a little higher than my lash line on the side. Okay, I'm gonna let them dry, and as they do that, I'm gonna go and do the fake freckle thing. You don't have to do it. I feel like whenever I go in real life, I apply them a lot less intense than I will right now, because on camera, you can barely tell when I'm wearing them if I'm not doing it the more intense way. So I'm gonna do it in 2 different ways. Just need to find my things. The first step, it's also what I use in everyday life if I want to do it, is to get an eyebrow product that is too orangey for you. That's literally the first step. This one is the Catrice Slimatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil Waterproof. Obviously waterproof is very helpful in medium. And this is just obviously way too warm for me, but it's great as a fake freckle thing. So these are going to be the lighter ones. I can use a few that I already have, which have faded so much. I don't know if it's my skincare and me applying a lot more sunscreen, but I have been losing them, which is a bittersweet moment. But I do them a little, like I do a little twist, and I don't mind them being a bit bigger than the other ones we're going to do after. You can also cover any pimple with it. It's really great for that. And I don't like follow a particular order. Try not to obviously make them too symmetrical and all over. I just don't even think, I just apply them and we'll deal with it after. If you feel like you overdo it, especially for like in person, you just go back with your Beauty Blender to blend them out a bit. But for now, I'm just gonna apply a bunch. Oh, pimple? What pimple? It's totally a freckle. You can apply them all over if you want, or you can focus around the nose to make it less intense. It's up to you. Whoa! If you do that, then you just go with the other side and you can just pretty much scrape it off. Probably should wait until it dries, but I'm not a patient person, so I'm just gonna... And then afterward, you just go with the Beauty Blender. We're gonna make this work. So the dip brow, I have the shade Taupe, which is perfect for that. And once again, on everyday life, if you want them very intense, you can do that. But I feel like this looks great in photography and video more than in person. It's a bit too intense for me for the whole everyday thing. And you're gonna try to find a very fine and pointy brush. I'm gonna use this one from e.l.f. This is the 204. I think it might be a lip brush or something, and I'm just going to use the tiniest amount. And these ones I'm going to do smaller. And it's great because both of them, the pencil and this, is waterproof, so since it's the summer look, you don't want your freckles to start running down your face. It might ruin the whole thing. People might not believe you actually have freckles. And these ones are obviously going to be more pigmented, but if you want to take pictures, you have to like overdo them a little bit. Because as soon as I back you off to where I usually stand, then you're barely going to be able to notice them. You can go a little bit more crazy whenever you don't have much left on your brush. It doesn't have to be perfect because obviously freckles are not all perfectly symmetrical. It's not how it works. So that's going to be it for now. I'm just going to be fixing my eyeliner a little bit, applying a little bit more to hide the glue. And then I'm just going to apply the mascara on my lower lashes since I didn't do it. We're almost done. I'm going to apply just a little bit of the same highlighter in my inner corners to make it all pop more. What I'm applying, it's the Sephora Lip Stories in the color Tan Line, which I've been wearing a ton. I love it. Actually, to define my lip line a little bit more, I'm going to apply some of the MAC lip pencil in Whirl, which is that perfect kind of brownie or nude. It's a bit darker, but not too dark either. You could apply it beforehand, but I mean, I've already proven today that I don't do things in order in the morning. My lip shape is a little like, not really that uneven, but my lip line is just lost into my skin tone, especially on the sides. So it helps define it a bit more. And don't talk while you're doing that. And voila! I just really like it. It's very easy to do. It looks kind of everyday, but kind of like you took your time to do it, but we both know now that it's very, very easy. You can adapt it so easily. You can apply a peachier shade, because I feel like everyone has been crazy about peach, but not everyone is comfortable going full-on peachy, crazy, conjunctivitis eye look that I've been accused of doing, but I'm okay with it. Some days you just have to rock that pink eye look. Actually, I was wearing some contacts, so let me put that in. So I was wearing, and I will be wearing, the Solutica. They are the Avella one, the one that are supposed to be Azul. There's no supposed to, they are Azul. I used to wear contacts on a daily basis, but I got laser eye surgery, and I feel like now I'm one of those kiddish person that I can't put my finger in my eye. And maybe I'll say that and I'll do it in like 5 seconds, but just in case, no, still got it. My eyes disagree though. Oh, my eyes is not happy about it. Okay. Clearly my eyes decided they didn't want to do that. Holy shit. And this, kids, is why you're supposed to apply your contacts before your makeup. Okay, so, whew, that was fun. So now that I fixed the eye makeup, I have the contact eye look like the picture we were recreating. How do you feel about it? I am loving it. I'm like, exactly like the first time. I'm feeling myself, loving it. Actually, let me zoom in. I could be applying a bit more maybe in my outer V, but like I said, right here, I'm like struggling. I don't think you can really see that well, but I have like that red dry patch from the pimple killer, so I don't want to overdo it. But yeah, I just really like it. It's super easy, super simple, yet really kind of glam, actually, like a day glam look. And yeah, let me know if you decide to recreate it, and actually let me know also your favorite color to use as a pop of color. Are you also feeling the mustard vibe? Do you prefer peach, blues, purples, green? Let me know. Actually, let me know your one favorite shade exactly, because I'm always looking for more shades, like I said, for a good pop of color. Why do I look orange? So that's gonna be it for today's video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It helps other people find it. Don't forget to subscribe and don't miss any future videos. I will be putting on the screen other videos that I've done that I recommend you check out, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.